Okay, injury report time. It's Thursday, so we get a really good idea of who's going to play and who's not by this time of the week. And some good news and some bad news. Before we get into that, though, who was worse for the Detroit Lions franchise? Was it Matt Patricia or Matt Millen? Let me know in the comments. I know you didn't know I was going there. Matt Patricia or Matt Millen? Here's what I say. It was Matt Patricia, because Matt Millen will admit he didn't know what he was doing and just kind of was like, I didn't know what I was doing. Matt Patricia thought he knew what he was doing, and that makes it so much worse. Yeah. Let me know in the comments on that one. I just thought of that, and I just like, yeah, seriously. Those dudes terrible. Okay. Good news, bad news. Let's start with the bad news first. St. Brown and Branch miss practice. Now, I know this is bad news, but for me, it's a little bit of good news, just because the fact that Branch is even trying to play, trying to go, could go, questionable, is awesome. Let's say he misses a week, fine. I mean, it looked like in that game that he had tore his Achilles 100%. He was gone for the year. I mean, there was no question about it. It's in the third quarter where, they're kind of coming back to. It was just like, oh my gosh, this is why football's so popular. We were so high in that first half, and then they're coming back, and Branch is injured. So Branch is going to be fine, not long term, but he might not play this week. And St. Brown is in jeopardy of missing this game as well. So both have not practiced, and St. Brown was working with trainers, and I'm not sure exactly his injury. So we'll get into that in just a second. But Frank Ragnow didn't practice Wednesday, but he did practice and was in action on Thursday, because he's always got one day off. He gets Wednesdays off no matter what. Absolutely. You deserve it, Frank. And you got the toe thing. Cool. So we'll get back to that in just a second, but let's talk about the good news. Kirby Joseph and Emmanuel Moseley could be returning, and this is really awesome because, and here's a couple of reasons why this is great. Yes, our safeties have played well, but they've really been, in credit to our defensive line, the whole thing, they haven't really been challenged. There hasn't been any like deep throws. It seems like hardly at all. And so our safeties have been fine. Iffy, Milan-Fonwu, Tracy Walker. So, but I think you're going to need some more depth. Obviously, you're going to need depth there, and Kirby Joseph provides that, and we can rotate in. There's some different things we can do, but yeah, we really have no backup safeties, so we really need to do something to get Kirby Joseph back. And then Emmanuel Moseley, I think, is a really secret thing, or secret ingredient that we need, because I like Jerry Jacobs. I really like him, but I think he's a really good rotational backup guy. If he's your rotational backup guy, spelling guys, coming in when somebody gets dinged up, oh my gosh, what a great thing to have. But if he's your every down number 2 corner, eventually it's going to cost you and burn you at a couple times. And we've seen that happen in the Seahawks game. And now he had 2 interceptions last game. And again, he's a good player. I really believe he's a good player. But if we want to take our defense to the next level, Moseley is shown to be a really good corner. And again, he's injured. He's been injured. He's coming off of an ACL, then a hamstring. So we don't want to expect a ton from him. But if he can get in there a little bit, split time with Jerry Jacobs, something like that, I don't know. But that would be awesome. So that's who I would love to see come back and really play well for us, is Moseley. And then Detroit's third-year defensive coordinator, Aaron Glenn, said there's a big thing that's happening in this 2023 season. He said trust factor. And I've heard him talk about this a lot. When you tell guys to execute, do their job, you have to trust the man next to you is doing their job. So you really see that within the players. And so he gave this example last year with Alex Anzalone. Anzalone knows where to be. He's great at where he's supposed to be at the right time. But Anzalone knew that Derek Barnes didn't know what to do. So that Anzalone was then like, let me take care of his position. Then he's out of position. Now you've got 2 guys out of position, and it led to so many problems. So I think you take a guy like Anzalone, who's dependable, he's in the right spot, knows what to do, leader of the defense. He doesn't have to wonder if Derek Barnes knows what to do anymore. He doesn't have to wonder if, Tracy Walker's in the right spot. It's just these guys are trusting each other. Aiden Hutchinson's doing his thing. So that's huge, and that's what has really been the catalyst for the turnaround. So every time you go out and just think about improving, that usually takes you through the hard times of offense, defense, and special teams. We have a team that is just hardened. It's just hardened in playing so well. So I would really like to see the defensive interior to continue to work. Aleem McNeil, Bugs. Haven't seen Levi at all. Wondering what's up with that. Also, the Aquara brothers. I mean, they're IR. They're on IR. They've been on IR for 5 years. Like the Aquara brothers. That's what's so exciting about this team is while we're really good, you can see the future of Brad Holmes and where he's gonna. Dude, this guy is just incredible. So it's like one of the areas is opposite defensive end from Aiden Hutchinson. You've got Charles Harris, good, but man, can't you see like Brad Holmes getting us another defensive end star there because the Aquara brothers aren't it. James Houston's injured. Charles Harris is okay, but man, we get another defensive end down the road. I mean, there's so many areas for improvement, and you know that Brad Holmes is going to execute that, and that's what's really exciting about our squad. Is like, dude, are you kidding me? And so I love that. And then obviously the big one is that's not injury related, but Jameson Williams coming back. And there's a video out there of Amon St. Brown and David Montgomery talking in a podcast. And these guys, it's really cool to see Jameson Williams' peers being like, dude, this guy is incredible. He's so fast. And they were just marveling at how fast he was and seeing him back on the practice field and his speed and running a post pattern and doing punt return drills. They talked about how fast he is. And man, and I think the offense really that's the only thing that we're missing. And every offense is missing it really in the NFL, except for like the Dolphins, where you've got a speedster threat on the outside that can really do stuff. So let me know your thoughts in the comments on this. And again, good news, bad news. We know some of the guys that are out, James Houston, the guys that are on IR that aren't coming back for a couple more weeks. Like we know that Vitae is probably another week away, another 2 weeks, maybe even take him through the bye. But some of the main guys that we looked at, Brian Branch, Amon St. Brown, may not be playing. And those are two key players. So this is a game that you just got to have if you're the Lions. You're better than the Panthers. You're at home. Let's go. Move to 4-1. Like these are the games in the past that would trip us up when we weren't good. When it was like we thought we were, hey, maybe we're good, but we weren't. We'd get tripped up on this. But I think we're a legit team and we shouldn't have any problems. So let me know in the comments, Matt Patricia or Matt Millen. Have some fun with that. Both terrible. We're in such a good shape now with the right GM, the right coach, the right coaching staff, the right players. It's crazy. Enjoying this season. Don't take it for granted. And we'll see all of you on the next one.